Hello, I am Sarah Millican and welcome to episode 44 of How to Be Champion Storytime. I hope you're having a good day. I had a bad day the other day and I fixed that with ice cream, a big cry and a nap. And when I say nap, it was 2 hours. I woke up ready to face the world. It was great. So we are just about to start the chapter, my first proper 10-minute set. After deliberating for 6 months, I concluded that I wanted to give comedy a proper go. Had I been living on my own with 2 jobs and no flexibility or money, that door would have slammed shut. But my outgoings were low, so I dropped a few hours at my civil service job and started to get a lot of trains and sleep on a lot of sofas. And my family supported this. Not once did they question why I was telling strangers about the breakdown of my marriage for no money to begin with, in a batwing top from Marxie's. I wish someone had questioned that bit. They just let me be me, finding the new me, whoever she was, when she crawled out, heart slowly mending, tear ducts, fucking knackered. They'd let me be me when I tap danced on the tiles around the coke boiler, when I read the poem from behind a curtain, when I showed them my new dance in the garage. Why would this be any different? By this point, I'd written a stand-up set that I thought was strong enough to enter into the new act competitions. A comic whose opinion I valued said I wouldn't do well in competitions as I was too conversational. I didn't agree. I entered Funny Women initially and came second, but I wanted to see if I was good against any comic, not just other women. So I entered So You Think You're Funny and came second. Ha-ha! I also entered the BBC New Act competition, came second, and the Amuse Moose, which I won. I dropped my Moose trophy on the way home from the final and it came apart from its marble base. My dad said, "We're going to fix that and then build a cabinet." I never got it fixed. This is the set I used in those competitions. I've just got divorced. When we split up, someone said it was like a bereavement. It's one of those stock phrases that roll out of people who've never thought of peeing on their husband's toothbrush and not telling him. Plenty more fish in the sea, time's a healer, and my own personal favourite, I never liked him. That was my mum. I still get the "how are you" head tilt. I just want to get this straight. It isn't like a bereavement. If he died, I'd have got my mortgage paid and I could have danced on his fucking grave. When we sold the flat, we left carpets and blinds, but there was one pair of curtains that he wanted to take. They're green fleur-de-lis and not to my taste. He's had them for 10 years. I worked it out. Through 3 flats in a house, 2 girlfriends and a wife, these curtains have prevailed. I suggested to him that maybe it wasn't such a good sign that he could commit longer to a pair of curtains than he could to any one woman. And his response was, "But they're lined." So I moved back in with my family. You need to know a little bit about my family so you know what I'm dealing with here. My dad has a heart of gold but is the voice of doom. When we were trying to sell the flat and no one had been to see it for a bit, my dad said, "What if no one buys your flat?" Which, to be fair, had been whirling around in my head too. But what answer did he expect? "Oh, we'll probably just stay married. That'll sort it." Then when he still hadn't found a flat, days before completion, my dad said, "What if he never finds a flat?" Again, "Dad, thanks for your support." But the best one by far, when he surpassed himself, was when I was sitting on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably, with snot coming out of every hole in my face. And he said, "You're bound to be upset. You've lost everything." Then he left a little pause and said, "You've got nothing left," as if I hadn't understood him the first time. Not long after I moved back in, we went out for a fancy meal to celebrate the 50th anniversary of my mum contracting polio. Thank God for blank cards, because you cannot get balloons with that on. Since moving back home, I've reverted to acting like a teenager. I grunt instead of giving a full, coherent answer. I sent 1,652 text messages last month, my personal best, and I had a stand-up argument with my dad about how I couldn't catch flu if I wasn't wearing a coat because flu is a virus. That ended with my mum shouting, "Under my roof you'll wear a coat," which wasn't really the issue. I also caught myself finishing an argument with my older sister with the words, "Mum, tell her." I've decided to only wear sexy underwear from now on, even for Asda. So I've been doing out my knicker drawer. Anything that looks like I've bought it in grey or lemon, but I know it was actually white when I got it, has gone the journey. I've even been buying knickers with writing on. Treat me like a princess. Lucky pants. And my most provocative to date say kiss me, and it obviously means down there, but it's too polite to say because they're from Dorothy Perkins. And that is the end. Right in the middle of that is the end of episode 44. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I made you giggle. And you take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Lots of love. Stay in the house. Wash your fucking hands. Bye-bye. Oh, waving. I forgot the waving. Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.